This video is sponsored by Muscle Shirts, the premier online store for everything car related. Please check us out at muscleshirts.online and support us by getting one of our awesome products. We have a 15% discount for you at the checkout. Link in the description.
Cute cars.
Another day, another repair. Anyway, on the menu, we have a little issue with a emergency brake, okay? So, if you can see this, it's supposed to be right about here at maximum pull, but this one goes all the way back this way. So it's got to be fixed. And that is what's on our menu for today. Enjoy the show. You're going to need a couple items to properly do brakes and adjust them for the emergency brake lever. Okay, you're going to need this tool here. You may need this to modify or to remove springs when they're in the way of the star wheel that you have to adjust. And then you're going to need this because my adjuster tool, I lost it. I don't know where it went, so I'm going to have to use this. It's kind of like a large spade type screwdriver that's kind of bent like this. It's the same thing. I'm going to use this to adjust the star wheel to get our brake set up so they'll be, easier to pull up. And this is pretty much all you need. And of course you're gonna have to take the wheel off to get to it, to access everything there. And then while we're there, we're gonna have a look at the brake shoes as we're doing it, as we spin the brake drum around, okay? And you're probably gonna need, hold on. You're probably gonna need one of these to turn the brake drum, okay? Or not, you're probably gonna need one of these to remove the brake drum, because some of them, the Japanese cars especially, have a Phillips head that holds the brake drums onto the shaft, alright? Onto the wheel hub. So you're probably going to need one of these too. So this is pretty much all you need here to do this job. Okay, so this particular model's brake adjuster, if you can see it, it's right here. Y'all see that? So you have to remove this piece, if I can do it with my finger, while holding a cell phone. And then on the other side, you'll see an adjuster wheel, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is the adjuster wheel right here. And here's the window from the rear. You can see my finger, even with the sunlight on. Okay, and this has to be adjusted. Every time it turns counterclockwise, forcing the brakes to go that way, tightening this way, tightening the drum. So every time you apply your emergency brake, this goes this way. The drum does slightly. Okay, this has to be adjusted. Now you can adjust this from the rear or from the front, and I'm going to show you how to do that just right now. Okay, first thing you're going to need to do, you're going to need to get this locking tab, and you're going to need to get this out of the way. So to do that, just place a screwdriver there. You see there's a big gap right here. You see it? It's a big gap. Okay. Then I'm going to turn this lever. I'm going to place this in the back, and you see the screwdriver right there? Okay. And you're going to be turning it down. I'm sorry, no. You're going to be turning it up. See the direction of the screwdriver? You'll be turning it up. What this does is it kicks the rotor out so that you can tighten the emergency brake. You're going to do this to both wheels, okay, not just one. So just do it one tooth at a time will be fine. And then we're going to test it for tightness in a minute. Okay, now, since you moved it enough, we're going to test it for tightness, okay? See if it's still tight. Put the drum back on. Oh, she's tight already, I can tell. Now, since it's still loose, you're going to have to tighten it. So we're going to go stick this in the back in the same way I showed you how. Pull it down, okay? Just keep turning it. And while you're doing this, check the rotor. You're going to know it's getting tight by the way the tighter I get, the more this rotor will move like this. It'll move. You're going to be doing this so long that you're going to start to feel the teeth after a while. When you tighten up the rotor, you're going to pull the screwdriver up, okay? The wheel, you see it turning? It's going to turn towards you, or basically down, or you really want to know, it'll turn clockwise. Turn it this way, you can see it's turning clockwise, right? That's where you want to do it. That's how you want to do this, okay? You keep turning it like this and it's going to tighten it. The other way is loosening it, okay? Once you get it tight enough that you think it's going to be making the rotor tight, that's when you can put the rotor on, and we're going to go test it, and we're going to adjust it from here on out, okay, from the rear. The rotor is on now. It's a little bit tight, so we're going to go from the back, okay. You can see the hole I'm putting it in, and you're going to be pushing the screwdriver down like this. When you feel the star wheel, just going to be putting it down, and one tooth at a time, okay? One tooth at a time. You're going to feel the star wheel from here. Just do it one tooth at a time. And then feel the rotor, feel the drum to see how tight it is. As you can see, it's getting tighter now. You keep doing it. Don't worry about going too fast. You might break something. Just take your time. Okay, I've been doing this a long time, so I tend to do it really fast. Now you see this? I could barely turn the rotor now. This is good. When you have to use two hands to do this, and you could barely turn the rotor, the emergency brake is set on this wheel. We're gonna now do the other side the same way. All right? Okay, now we're gonna test that lever. You remember how high it was before? This is just one wheel. Look at that. Before it was way up here. Now it's down here. That's just one wheel, okay? Now we're going to do the other side. Don't forget to put your screwdriver here to get this away from the tab and get this tab away from the thing. Okay. Now, if you notice the star's thread is reversed, you notice, okay? So it's in passenger side, you do it the opposite way. You turn it counterclockwise. You see it? Counterclockwise. And that'll do the same thing as the other side, which is you're turning it clockwise. As you can see, it's already separating right there. See it? The clean threads. Okay? And then we're going to put on the rotor and test it to see if it's, tight. If it's tight enough, then we can adjust it from the rear. Yeah, it's pretty tight. We're going to do this. Remember I said counterclockwise? Okay. Which is the opposite way. We're going to be going up. We're going to be going up with a screwdriver instead of down with before, okay? One tooth at a time. It's hard to turn. It's done. Alright, that's it guys. That's how you do a rear emergency brake adjustment. Okay, it's like this for 99% of the vehicles, and this one is a hydraulic system, so basically the cable going here is hydraulic and not mechanical, so it's the same principle though. Okay, and we're going to go in there and double check the brakes, and we're going to test it, and then we're going to take it for a test drive to make sure it doesn't lock up on us and smoke going down the road. Alright, and be sure to put this back in, okay, so you don't forget. It goes right here. It's a dust cover. Double check it by putting your screwdriver in the middle and pressing it. Oops, look what I just did. Oh shit. Okay, anyway, you get my point. Double check it, but don't press too hard. I'm gonna have to go and take this off before we drive because I can't drive with this thing missing, okay? So anyway, y'all get the point. Okay, to finish this job, we're gonna torque these lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds or 136 newton meters. Okay, we're going to go to crisscross pattern. Okay, watch me. And you go all the way around. The job is now complete. Alright fellas, it's test drive time. This is the time we're going to test the brakes to make sure that it's not going to lock up and smoke on us, and make sure it's safe to go down the road, okay? So, follow me as we drive this thing and find out what it feels like. Remember, no feel-o-vision. Alright guys, we're going to go out and check the brakes to see if it's how it looks like, okay? Check this out. Okay, seems good. I wish I had smell-o-vision, and from what I can see, it doesn't smell like anything at all. Looks pretty good, so I think we did a good brake job. We didn't do an extended test drive today, but we did a test drive, so should be alright. It's okay for a long drive now, so everything seems to be in order, and this is another successful job, so I think we're good. Got to give us 2 thumbs up for that. Okay, stay tuned for our next video. We're going to do a video on transmission mount. Alright?
VVG cars.